It started with a simple idea that we're living through our screens. Can we trust them? And it just developed into this series of mysteries. And the beauty of this show is that we slowly unravel them one at a time.
I fell in love with this story, and I fell in love with the arc. And for me, I think when I look at creating something, it's always the question of what I've done and what I have yet not done and what I would like to try out. And this character was so riddled with trauma and with anxiety, and, you know, all of this was sedimented down so that all she could manage was handiwork, literally, physical. I love the idea of what happens to the world if we at this second have to go underground. The recycling, the hierarchical settings within an environment. The fact that, do we need order? Can we be completely free and liberal? What do we need to be able to create a structure? The brutality of human survival instinct. And then you have the rebels who will never sort of follow the state, always question the status quo. And this happens. And all of this set in an environment with basically murder mystery. I mean, it's all there.
The reason I wanted to do this was because it did resonate so much with me. It was so relevant. What it was talking about was so relevant to what our world is now. And the book, by the way, was written years ago. It's even more relevant now than when it was written.
In the silo, we've been stripped of history, so people don't know what happened in the past. So it's no racism, it's no sexism, but it is classism. And what you're dealing with in the silo is all the things that you've been told you have to live by. And there's some people, just like people on the planet Earth, that question what the powers that be say is true. But within that, it's this murder mystery that goes on in our first season. And it's a really great show. I'm grateful to be here.
I mean, the pilot starts with a couple who just wants to have children. You know, they time is running out, and she just wants, you know, this is her last chance to be pregnant. And it's such a human and such a relatable way to start it off. And then you fall into the rabbit hole, and you start to scratch the surface. You're finding out there's so many things, that doesn't make sense here. There's something that's wrong, and there's somebody's not telling the truth.
Honestly, it's just a great mystery story, and it's set in this interesting world that you understand but is different, and it, I think, really pulls you in. And a big part of it has to do with that woman. Getting Rebecca to play Juliet was the big coup of the show. So it's so much fun to work with her and Tim, and it's been pretty great.
I think for me, you know, good sci-fi always kind of makes you wonder about the world that we're living in right now. And so the way that truth is handled in this society, I thought was really interesting. And then, you know, I found Lucas a really charming and sort of kind and open-hearted character, which maybe I'm not all those things. So I wanted to give him a shot.
I mean, the set is one of the greatest artistic achievements I've ever seen in my life. As an actor, it's a complete gift. It does so much work for you. You can really just breathe in this space. I mean, I'm not sure if I'll work on something as beautiful as that ever again in my life, so I'm just trying to take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah, my character in the books is a man. And, you know, God bless the writers for changing her to a woman. It gave me a great chance. She's basically in the mechanics area. She's one of the workers, if you like. She's the ground base that sort of sustains and keeps the whole silo going. But she's got a past. She wasn't always in the down deep. And she's married, or was married, to a woman who's higher up in the ranks, and she's come down deliberately, so we don't know why. And she's also not left her workshop for 25 years. We don't know why. She's a kind of agoraphobic. And her main contact with the outside world is Juliet, who she's known since she was a 13-year-old girl, came to her to learn the trade and sort of became better than her.